I used to have pretty bad allergies, and it got so intense that I couldn't even go to work without having people there think that I had a flu or something else that was contagious. And over the years, they've pretty much almost gone away entirely. I very rarely get them. And I'm not a doctor, so definitely consult with your medical professional and do whatever they tell you to do, and make sure you get yourself checked out and just follow their advice. However, I'm going to share with you my experiences with allergies, how I manage them, and I think some of the things that I'm going to share with you in this video had a lot to do with me being virtually cured of allergies, where right now I get them maybe once or twice a year, and the symptoms are pretty mild. So I'm very happy with my progress and how the allergies have basically gone away, for the most part. So 10 tips to help you manage, reduce, or even eliminate your allergies from my non-medical, non-doctor opinion. Okay, so let's get started. Tip number 1, clean your house, clean your car. That's pretty important. You want to eliminate as much dust as possible, so make sure to wipe important surfaces that you come into contact with at home and in the car frequently to get rid of any excess dust that could accumulate. And dust accumulates pretty fast, so I would recommend doing this on a daily basis if you can. I like to use cleaning wipes that have some type of lubrication or soap so that they trap the dust and it doesn't fly through the air. Also, raise the windows in the car to avoid any kind of dust or airborne particles from polluting your nasal passages. That can be a big problem too, and I often run the air conditioner in my car. Tip number 2, avoid drafts. And not just in your car, but also in your home. Make sure that you're not letting in any airborne particles that could irritate your nasal passages. And this could be smoke, pollen, anything that can get in through a window, and even some screens are not able to keep the pollen out when the pollen count is pretty high and pretty active. Another thing too is avoid fans. Try to be careful of fans because they can stir up dust and they can cause a little bit of a draft, and again, that can irritate your nasal passages. Tip number 3, avoid outdoor activities, especially in wooded areas or park environments. This is a pretty obvious one, but pollen can be a problem in those areas, and really vegetation and trees in general, plants, insects, they can shed and they can contain particles that really are very, very detrimental to your allergies and can trigger allergies at any moment. So avoid them at all costs. Tip number 4, wear a mask. Nowadays, masks are basically a requirement for some sad reasons nationwide and globally. However, wearing a mask, even in situations where you're not around people, but maybe you are around a park environment, taking a walk, and you're next to plants, vegetation, trees, don't be afraid to continue to wear the face covering, and in fact, it may be beneficial for protecting against anything that can trigger your allergies. So wear the mask. Tip number 5, water. Don't be afraid to drink water. In fact, drink a lot of it. Something about water that, you can Google it, but something about extra hydration and water alleviated my allergies. I don't know why it was, but give it a shot. I think it's something that is worth, trying out. Tip number 6 and 7 is going to be a combo tip, and that is to shower and steam as soon as you get home. Too many times you come from outside, you're walking under trees, walking in traffic, just in the street in general. There's stuff that gets on you, stuff that sticks to your clothes, stuff that sticks to your face, your scalp, your just everything. And you really want to get it off you as quickly as possible. So again, showering is great. Scrub, use different kinds of soap, experiment with different kinds of lotions, body lotions. just experiment with different things and take your time showering. Make sure you get everything off, and try to do this whenever you're outside, whether you're coming home from work, whether you just come outside from going for a walk, anything that is you're coming from the outdoors, take a shower. That may seem a little bit excessive if you go outside a lot, but it goes a long way, at least it did with me, with helping me with my allergies. The other thing is, the second part of this combo tip number 7, is to steam. Steaming is great. Guys, steaming did a lot for me in terms of clearing me up right away. And you could further enhance this steaming effect by including Vicks or any other brand's vapor pellets. So these are little pellets that you drop in your shower at the bottom, at the floor of the shower, and they basically, once the water hits them, they generate and they let off additional vapor into the steam, and that is very, very soothing as you breathe it in, and it makes the effect of clearing your nasal passages that much more. It's an awesome thing to have. You should try it if you have allergies. You can buy it at any drugstore, supermarket, Walmart. The Vicks or another brand, vapor pellets, I think they're called. Try them out. They're great if you want to make the steam that much better. Tip number 8 is simply to clean the air around you. So whether you're at work or at home, you could buy one of these air purifiers, right here. I picked this up recently from a garage sale that one of my relatives was having, and I got it for cheap. But I've had one before, and I liked having it. I can't say for sure that it did anything miraculous like some of the other methods. But you know what? It doesn't hurt to try, and in combination with the other tips that I'm sharing in this video, it might be a net positive. So give it a shot. Next, tip number 9, and it's gonna be something that is a little bit harsh and sad, but you know what? You might have to avoid pets. This is something that, it's tough. My sister has 2 dogs that I enjoy a lot. My friends have pets, cats, dogs. And unfortunately, I have noticed in the past, and this is not a newsflash, this is obvious, people get this, this is common knowledge, right? Pets can cause allergies. So I myself have experienced this, that my allergies have gotten worse, or I have had allergies get triggered by being around pets, and even just being around people that were recently around pets. So, as an experiment, try to avoid or limit contact with pets and see what that does for you. All right, I saved this final tip number 10, for last on purpose, because it is something that is not common knowledge, but I have found personally, okay? And I'm not a doctor, I'm not giving medical advice, but for me in the past, whenever I've had allergies and I broke into some type of cardiovascular activity, something that elevated my heartbeat for a period of time, almost immediately my allergic symptoms, which is the congestion, runny nose, would start to subside. I'm not sure why that is. Talk to a doctor, do your own research, but I think it may have something to do with the body naturally clearing the passageways, backing off of the histamine response to allergies, and clearing the way to perform better during the cardiovascular activity. That's the only thing I can think of, but it does work for me, so give it a shot. And don't forget, none of these 10 tips that I just shared with you require any kind of medication. They don't involve you taking any kind of medicine. So, and I'm not against medicine if you need it for your allergies. If a doctor recommends it to you, advises you to do it, by all means, I'm not against traditional medicine. I'm just saying these are 10 things that I've personally done, and I know that they've worked for me in one form or another. And maybe in combination, these things can maybe help somebody else out, maybe such as yourself if you have allergies, or someone you know. So with that said, guys, I'm gonna wrap up this video now. And wow, I've been wearing this mask the whole time. Take this mask off, breathe because I'm suffocating. I'm gonna go take a shower, get all this debris from the outside world off of me, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, guys. See you soon.